Hello and welcome to another episode of Utopia Restorations. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Will, and we've got a Series 3 that is in desperate need of a chassis swap. So what I'm going So this is from my good friend Kevin, who owns Floyd & Co, which is a really cool clothing brand that he's designed and created over the years. And this is his Series 3, or what's left of it. So I'll show you why we're doing a chassis swap. If you can see under here, I'll show you under some of the rails. It's there's not a lot of it. You see up here, I can get my hand in, and sort of all the way through. So it's definitely in need of one. It doesn't really have much structural support. You can see it's a bit old, and once it'll be done, it'll be lovely. It's got a lovely petrol engine, the 2.25, and does actually run really well. So it's well worth keeping. So yeah, just getting it in the workshop today, and then Kevin's already taken off the bulkhead and a lot of stuff. It's going to be a soft top or a cab possibly when it's done. Yeah, getting it in the workshop, getting it in, having a look. Engine and gearbox possibly going to be coming out this weekend. Tub off, seat off, axles off, new chassis, do it all in reverse. So yeah, should be getting there, and yeah, show you how we get on. In order to get this one in, you actually join me in the workshop bit, we need to get Odin moved over. 88 needs to come out, as that's still having work done on it and waiting for some parts to arrive. So that needs to come out the workshops, then Kevin's can go in the back here. We can begin work on it. So when we get the chassis in, chassis can go here or here, transfer everything across and get it done. So that needs to go on skates and that needs to be moved. And then we need to get this one out and get it in. But in order to do that, we just need to move that one. So that's going next door. And it's a big faff, but it's well worth it, getting them in the right position in the workshop. And I'll show you something that I have that's my secret weapon. These, we've got some skates. They are quite good. Sometimes you do have to lift them up because the wheels are actually too big for this. I'm not going to show you what this is on later. You can check out the other video that this will be about. But these are going to massively help me move things about and get things in position. Here you go then, after a bit of hard work, nice and empty, nice and clear, ready for stuff to come in. I've just got to move them around and get them inside. So here you go, we've got it in. That oil's not from this one. Getting the seat box out first, ready to get the rear tub off. Also getting the prop shafts off, ready to get the engine out. And then we're just waiting for the new shielded chassis is going to be arriving within the next few weeks. We'll get that set up in the workshop, possibly over here. We'll move this one out and have it there. And then we can transfer axles across, engine in, wiring, tub, everything. Not in that order, but we'll get it across. So yeah, it does look quite bare at the moment, but we'll be getting there very shortly. And looking forward to having this one back on the road. And of course, so is the client. Looking forward to having a brand new galv chassis and a brand new galv bulkhead, making this one extremely desirable when in the future, if it does come for sale, but also meaning that it's going to last for another 40 odd years. So some further progress has been made. We've taken out the seat box and the sills are now gone. So all the way down just to the engine. So next bits that we're going to be doing is removing the prop shafts. So we're going for front prop off, rear prop off, in the middle with a brake drum. That's coming off. That's going to be sent for a repaint by Kevin. Then we're going to be getting this off, getting the handbrake off and disconnected, because that's something that is to the chassis. It needs to be coming with us. And then we're on to the exciting bit of getting the engine out. We'll be going for the mounts, taking the mounts off, and at the front as well, lifting mondos. Of course, make sure everything's disconnected. Then tub's going to be coming off. Tub's almost loose. Tipping it back and coming out. That's going to be going off for any repairs that it requires, or if it doesn't, it's all good. And then we are pretty much ready for the new chassis to arrive. Potentially, this may actually be gone and just down to the axles before the chassis arrives. So it just takes up a little bit more space and can be in the corner, but we're definitely getting there and making progress. And of course, steering box is next job as well on the list. We're definitely getting there, and it's taking a bit of time, but I'd rather take a bit of time and do it properly and get there than sort of rush it. So yeah, progress is going nicely, a bit further along, and in the next update, the next shot, will be a bit further along as well, and I'll show you some work on it too. But here we go, now we've got the tub off, and you can sort of see, hence why we're getting a new chassis. There's one. This one's quite my favourite over here. So that's going to be quite easy getting the springs off. And yeah, it's off and there, actually in quite good nick. A few little repairs to do, and it'll be all right. Now onto getting the engine out, then going to get the axles off. So here I'm lifting up the chassis, trying to get the axle out of the rear as we're leaving the leaf springs on it. A lot of these final stages happen quite quickly, so we're working our hardest to get the chassis stripped down, ready for the new one to come in. So I'm lifting it up the crane, just trying to get enough clearance. Possibly not the best work, but you can see that it's chopped there. Here's the axle finally out with the leaf springs on, ready for a repaint and a refurb. And then we have Kevin and Henry working on the car together, which is one of the final shots that I have of it in pieces as it's all coming apart. So thank you very much for joining me on this one. It's been a pleasure, and it's been a bit of a triumph getting this all apart. And join me in episode 2, where we will be putting it back together, which I have to say is definitely a lot quicker.